Good morning. So today I want to go over the 2024 Honda CR-V Sport Touring Hybrid. So this is the one that has everything on it when it comes to the line of CR-Vs. Like I mentioned before, for the CR-V levels, you have the LX, EX, EXL for gas, and then you have Sport, Sport L, and Sport Touring for hybrid CR-V. In this case, I'm using the radiant red exterior color, and this one actually comes with a hitch installed, so I'm also gonna go over that. And just wondering how that looks on the CR-V. It's right underneath there. So I'm gonna go over basic features, thoughts, questions. Like I mentioned, I put a link for an Instagram for this account, just in case you have questions you wanna send them over. I'm more than happy to answer them, or just leave them in comments and I'd be more than happy to help you guys out. Okay, so the first thing I want to go over is the key fob, same as always. So on the back of the key fob you see two, so it should come with two key fobs, driver 1, driver 2. What the key fob does is saves your seating and your settings into the key fob, so in case you have a family member or someone else driving the car, they can have key fob number 2 while you have number 1, and they can set up their settings and their seating the way they want to, because whatever key unlocks it, it will basically set up the seat before you get in when you turn on the car, and your settings as well. Okay, so first thing to go over is the remote start. So you click lock twice, and you press and hold the circle. You'll see a flash in the car saying that it took the signal, and then the multiple flashes indicating that the car is on, just like that. So what it does, it takes a temperature from the outside, it makes it hot or cold inside the car. And you can also, with this one, it comes with a heated steering wheel, so it will actually turn on the heated steering wheel, which is really nice for the winter time. Okay, let's say you change your mind, you don't want to go out anymore. You can simply just press and hold the circle here by itself. Turns off the car. In the summertime, it really gets warm inside the car. Let's say you're going on a trip, you want the heat to get out of the car beforehand. You can click unlock twice, and you hold it, and the longer you keep holding it for, the more the windows will come down, as well as the sunroof. So what I like to do, I'll drop the windows, remote start the car, get the vents going, and get the heat out of the car before I even get in there. On the back of the key fob, you still have a regular key, simple to remove, just the square, you press on it, and you pull the key out right there. You might be asking why you need the key out. It's just in case the battery dies or anything like that, you can access the car. There's a little lock right underneath there where you put the key in, so you'll be able to unlock the car. It's nice and slick, so you can even see it when you don't need it. Let me turn this off. So there's a couple ways you can open the trunk in the back. Simply, first one is with the key fob. You press and hold the back of the key fob with the trunk button. Opens it for you, and then you can close it the same way. You press and hold. Close that as well. Okay. The other way you can open the trunk is simply, in this case, this one has the hitch, but you will basically, where the switch is, you will do a kicking motion, and then it will unlock the tailgate for you. In this case, with the hitch, it has to be moved. So when you get a tow hitch, not only do you have to get the hitch, you have to get the harness, and then you have to get the adapter. The adapter makes the kicking sensor, instead of being right here in the middle, move over to the right. So, like I said, you just do a kicking motion. Oops. A little further. There you go. It opens it for you. Like I said, if you don't have a hitch in your CR-V, you just do a kicking motion right where the hitch is, just like that. So right in the middle where this is, right there. Kicking motion, and it will open. You can open it and close it the same way, just like that. Okay, so here in the back, you have your parking sensors right here, right there, and right there. And the other way to open the trunk is right here next to the reverse camera. there's a little button right here. You press on it. As long as you have the key with you, it will open it for you. Here in the back, this is all your storage space with lights in the back so you can see. Then you also have, instead of having a spare tire, a little kit. Basically, you have you get a nail in the tire. Anything happens that gets you a flat, you put this in like a little pump here in the 12-volt outlet or over there in the front of the car. Plug it in, put it like a tire pressure gauge, stick it in there, and then we'll patch it for you. The funnel, I'll explain for what that's for, but this will get you around 50 miles just to get you to like a tire shop or a dealership to get a replacement tire. Put this back. Some of this stuff is easier with 2 hands than 1 hand, but there we go. We'll make it work. Okay, so the tailgate can be programmed. So you can have it higher or lower in case you have a lower garage. Programming is super simple. You just press and hold. You wait for 2 beeps, and then somebody programs. So every time the tailgate opens, it's just gonna go to this side only. You can also close it from here when you're done. Close it. But let me stop it real quick. So like I mentioned, here is the little bar to unlock it. And you can see right there, there's a button right there. So what that does, when you close the trunk, let me close it. I'm gonna press that button a little bit once it closes. So I'll press it. Locks the car for me. Nice and simple. Okay. So as long as the car is unlocked, so I'm gonna unlock it with the key, this will open. So let me unlock it. Opens. So it's not capless. So it has a little cover here, so nothing like rain or snow or anything wet surface doesn't reach the cap. So it's covered under with this cap, which is really nice. And the funnel that we saw earlier inside the trunk, basically in case you get stuck at the middle of nowhere, you don't have any gas, battery is not charged on the car because it self-charges with the engine. So if there's no gas in the engine and it doesn't charge the battery, obviously the car will die. Basically the funnel, you'll put it in there, and then you have the little gallons that you pour into, you can put them there. As long as you go to a gas station and have the pump, you don't need the funnel. It's just in case of emergencies. So yep, so if the car is locked, oh, that's why the door open. Okay, there we go. As long as it's locked, nothing opens. And like again, you hear the beep because I left the front door open. There you go, locked. Alrighty. On the front of the car, you also have parking sensors, which are located right there, and right there, and one more on the side. Winter's coming up, so what you want to do when you are taking the snow away from the car, those sensors right there in the triangle, right over there, those have to be completely cleared off. Obviously, it can give you the best sense, the Honda sensing can work correctly. Let's say there's a really bad snowstorm or rain, it will turn off all the safety features. So obviously, in case it doesn't want to give you a false reading and potentially get you in an accident, so that's why it turns it off automatically. Okay. With the key fob, that's pretty much it. So long as you have the key fob in your pocket or purse or whatever you keep your key, you have 3 little lines right there that will lock the car. To simply open it, you just need your hands up. Put your hand inside the handle, opens it, and that will lock it for you. Okay, the only time you really need your key fob out is when you want to remote start the car or drop the windows down, because the trunk can be open but simply with your foot. Let me open this. Let me open the passenger side. So back here is your passenger side. So you have 2 USB-Cs right here in the back for your passengers. The sport touring comes with leather seats with orange stitching. And you can also adjust, you want them like straightforward like it is right now, or you can recline them as well. The lever's right here on the side, so you just pull it, let it go whatever you want it to. And you can recline it as much as that if you want to. Let me show you this other side too. So that's here as well, so look, you can adjust it. So the middle seat belt can be stored away. If you don't need it, it's pretty simple. So this will be your key, and then you put it right in there. So I'm gonna try. So struggle a little bit because it's easier with two hands, but go in there, you put it inside the little gap, sorry for the struggleness, there we go. It's easier with two hands, and then you can just release it, and there's a little pocket right there. So you can store it away instead of seeing it swinging back and forth. You can actually put it away, so you don't have to go with that in mind. So just grab it. There's gaps in here and in here. So first goes the big one, put in there. And then the small one, right there. And it's now stored away. So you can put it on and off whenever you want to. So passenger side, it is powered. And another function for the key is you take out the key. You can put the key in here and lock it. So in case you are taking a long road trip, you can lock it so no one can access the glove box compartment. Because basically what you'll do, you'll keep this in your pocket and then you give this to the valet. So it's nice if you're taking long trips, you can lock your stuff away in case you don't want anyone to get their hands on stuff. Okay. So now we're gonna go over some features. Turn this on. Okay. So right here you have the blind spot assist. I apologize for that. And right over there is your other side. So both of those. So when someone's in your blind spot, that will light up orange. And then you start steering without turning your turn signals. And there's someone in your blind spot, the car will start beeping at you. So all four windows are automatic. So what that means, you just have to do a hard pull up, and the windows will come up. Oops. There you go. Just like that. So all four have that function. Alright, so you want to get yourself comfortable. So like I'm gonna adjust the seat just to show you how to program a key fob. Programming the seat is simple. You just click set. One. That's it. You have your mirror controls here, left or right. Lock and unlock, and then you can press this and it locks all of them except for the driver, because you don't want no one to play with the windows. Your lights will be set in automatic. Also your high beams will be automatic as well, which is really nice. You know they're on because you see this little emblem right here with an A in the middle. And then here's another way to open the trunk. Press and hold this. Opens the trunk, it tells you right there. You can see it open. Then you want to close it, you just press and hold again. And it closes it for you. Okay, so this is your home button. So you go up and down, and then you press on this to select. Okay. When you skip, it skips to your next preset, or you have Apple CarPlay set up, your next song. Volume up, volume down. And the good thing about the Sport Touring is that you have the Bose sound system, which is honestly a big upgrade. Which I'm a music person, so the better sound system I get in the car, the better. So the Bose sound system is something really nice to have. Okay, so I'll switch it over here. You know the car is ready to drive when you see ready right there on the top left, because as you can tell, the car is really quiet. Like I feel like I'm inside the car and it's turned off, but it's actually on. Okay, I'm gonna press on the home button. I can show you earlier. So you have different selecting things you can choose from. So like your warnings, it will show you nothing. Power roll, so it can show you how the power is being distributed. So once I hit the drive and then I start driving off, show you the battery is giving that power to the front wheels right now. If I press more, as you see, it's giving power to all four. And then when the battery needs power or more charge, it will use the engine to recharge the battery. Or if I really step on it, then it will use the engine. So let me step on it a little. Oops. And then you see right there, it's the generator braking. So the way that works, so you have here, shifter and shifter here. So what they're for, when I'm driving, you will see me going, and then let me do this turn real quick. So if I'm driving and then I start pressing on the negative, I would do more generative braking. Oops, right there by the D. So the moment I start let go, it's gonna start braking for me. And what it's doing is recharging the battery. So if I let go of the gas, it starts braking for me and starts charging the battery a little bit more. It's like a full electric vehicle. Let's say you don't like the instant braking the moment you let go. Simply to get less of that, you click the plus symbol, and then you'll see less arrows being chosen. So then I let go, as you can see, the car is still moving. So that's what it's for. It's something that you have to play around with, see what you're more comfortable with. In my case, I mean, if it gives you more charge, then obviously I'll have all the arrows out. Yeah, that's what those for. Probably do a separate video on that more in detail when I'm like have another GoPro. Just working out of one phone. Sorry about the bug quality. Okay, so that's that one. Next one is your range and fuel. So like this one has a full tank of gas. So it's in gas wise, you have 399 miles. In case you need another fuel up. Speed and time, you want to keep track of that. Audio, we show you what's playing. You can have it on and off. Phone, it will show you what phone's connected. Navigation, it will show you a compass, but since this one comes equipped with navigation, you just set up something like it will show you like how many more miles to your next turn, left or right. Driver attention monitor, so what that does, it means 4 bars you're good to drive, 3 bars you're okay, 2 bars the car's gonna start telling you to take a break, and then 1 bar the car will not stop annoying until you actually stop and take a break. So here is how you see the power being distributed between all the wheels. I don't know if you can hear the humming, but that's to let pedestrians know the car is coming. So this is the reverse camera, so when I turn the steering wheel, that will follow with it. You have the wide view, you have normal, and then you have the bumper view. And so as you can see, you have the hitch. It will be easy to hitch something into the car, which is really nice. And then here is your sonar sensor. So there's a car coming from the left or right, and you have like 2 big cars parked next to you. You cannot see what's coming from the back. The car will detect the car coming. It will give you arrows and beeping indicating the car is coming. You want to see your parking sensors, you just do that, and you can see them right there. But even if you don't have that on, you start backing away from something. In this case, it shouldn't beep because I don't have nothing behind me. But if you get something, it will give you like a beeping sound and arrows like yellow, red, and that you're getting closer to an object. But back to what I was showing you guys. So this will show you how the power is being distributed. So like that. So what wheels are getting power and how much power? Summertime, you really don't see much of a difference. They pretty much stay even, and sometimes it switches to like only the front when you have a constant speed going on. But then winter time, you see the power, how sometimes the car will send it only to the right, to the left, whatever needs more traction. So you have that right there. Seatbelt reminders. So you have people in the back, you want to see who has the seatbelt on. In this case, I'm not wearing mine. Just put on your seatbelt, and then that will turn green. Actually, let me show you, because I need to show you something else too. Put the seatbelt on, now you will see that switch to green. Like that. Okay, next one is your maintenance. So you want to come in for an oil change every 6 months, every 6,000 miles. It will be around 15-20%, but if you don't drive the car often, only every 6 months. Here is where you want to turn on and off all your safety features. So you scroll down. This is to turn on the lane keeping assist, so basically what keeps you centered. The blind spot sensors on the side of the mirrors, you can turn that off as well. The slow speed follow-up for the cruise control, that can be turned off. This is the one you want to get used to turning off, especially you gotta run your car through a car wash. You press on it, turns off the sensors, and once you get out of the car wash, turn them back on, just because you'll get constant beeping when the brushes come around the car. And the last one is the pre-collision system. So what that does, in case someone brake checks you, you don't put attention, the car will tell you to start braking. You don't put attention to that, the car will brake, so you won't get into an accident. Here is just to have no content whatsoever, so you just want to see a regular speedometer and RPMs right there, just like a regular car. And then this is where you can adjust your brightness. This is to customize, so you want to get rid of something, like you don't want to see your speed and time, you can take it off the main menu. Warnings, and then we're just back to the beginning. Okay, so on this side you have your cruise control. That's that's how you know you can use it. Those lines will appear, and then you can also turn on your lane keeping assist if you want to. So once I start going into the actual road, those lines will turn green, indicating that the sensor detected the lanes. With the lane keeping assist, you have to be going at least 40 to 90 miles per hour. And then basically what it's gonna do is gonna steer itself when you're driving. It's gonna keep your center in the line. You don't like that, you can simply press that, take it off. You can use control, you can just press that. If you only want to use lane keeping assist, you're more than welcome to use it by itself. So you have this cruise control, same thing. This is to adjust the gap between you and the car in front of you. Oops. So press that, press this. Here you go, so you can adjust the gap between you and the car in front of you. Let me turn this off. And then here's your steering wheel, you press on that. Orange light, that means it's on. Okay. So this one comes equipped with automatic wipers. So you just do one down, and there it's already on automatic. Then you down is more levels, like your low and mid, low and high, and then off, and then one quick swipe, just go up. You twist this for the back one. And then you just hold this down for the washer fluid. And then you press forward for the front one. Oh, also the washer fluid is not on the wipers. It's on the wiper itself, which is really nice. Okay, so here you have your sunglass holder. Sunroof control, so back is to open it. You're gonna make a stop, just press it again. Forward to close it, it will tilt a little, just to seal the seal. And then you press on it, oops, to tilt it. You wanna keep this right in the middle, so when you turn off the car or open the doors, the lights will come on. And then this you turn them on manually. You have your reverse camera. So here's your entertainment system. So you have navigation, Apple CarPlay, which I will leave a link to how to set that up, because it's wireless, which is really nice. There's another way to see how the power is being distributed between the battery to the wheels, or engine to the wheels, or engine to battery. It's pretty interesting to see when you're driving. You have, when you're buying a brand new car, you have 3 free months of SiriusXM. Then it goes away automatically. So I'm just gonna go over some basic settings. So like your general settings, most of the time you want to see is your smartphone connections to see who's connected to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and then Bluetooth as well. You can connect up to 6 devices. And then the general settings that you want to use, normal stuff, things that you'll customize over time. Everything else live factory. So like I mentioned earlier, everything's gotta be safe to driver key fob 2. So we'll go to keyless. So when I put my hand inside the handle, You can have it to unlock your door only or all doors. Me, I like all doors, but you can always have it to your door only. So when you put your hand inside, it gives you a beep and flashes the lights indicating the car is unlocked. You can turn them both off or keep one on or the other one off. You can actually have the option of turning off the remote start, so in case you move to California or somewhere where it's constantly warm, you can turn it off if you don't use it, but I will still keep it on just because it makes the car cool inside. The car will automatically lock itself after a certain time, so you don't have to worry about that. If you leave the keys inside, it will not lock itself. Okay, doors and windows setup. Auto door lock, so you can set up once you hit 10 miles per hour, it will lock itself, or once you shift to a different gear like reverse, neutral, drive, it will lock the doors. I like to have that one on. Unlocking, the car will unlock once you open your door, put it back in park, or turn off the ignition. I like the when I turn off the ignition. The walk away auto lock, so what that is, I'll show you that over. So once I turn off the car, have the key with me, close the door, it will give me one beep. Once I walk away, it gives me a second beep saying the car is completely locked. So I don't have to worry about locking my car. Okay. Other than that, everything else leaves factory. You have your volume up here. You have home, back, and skip buttons, and then your quick tabs right there. All right, heated seats are right there. 3 different levels. It's dual climate control, so you have a passenger that can always switch their temperature. But if you're in the car by yourself, just make sure this is on. You know it's on because of the green light. Your fan speed is right there in the middle, which is kind of cool. Your off button as well. This is where you see what the air is gonna flow from. Front defrosters, they're rear defrosters were your side mirrors. So you turn on and off your AC. And your temperature control to keep the air inside the car. You have a wireless charging pad. Just make sure your case is MagSafe. You have an off switch right there in case you don't want to use it. You can turn it off. But just make sure you don't leave any keys or coins in there. You have a USB, USB-C, and a 12-volt outlet right here. You have different driving modes right there. You have Sport, Normal, Eco, and Snow mode. This is your e-brake. You know it's on because of the red light, and it shows you brake right there. There's 2 ways to take it off. You can press on the brake and then press this down, or as long as you have the seatbelt on, put in reverse or drive, press the gas, automatically takes it out for you. Another thing I want to show you is the brake hold. You press that on as long as you have your seatbelt on. Brake hold will appear right there. Oops. I'll put it in drive. See, hold will appear. I can take my foot off the brake, so it holds it for me. The moment I hit the gas, it takes it off. And then once I come to a complete stop again, holds it. So it's a really nice feature for stop and go traffic. Okay. So this is your hill assist button. In case you're going down a really stiff downhill, this will help the car adjust so it's not pushing itself. In case you live in North Carolina, anything like that with mountains, this is a really nice thing to have. You have your cup holders right there with a little coin holder right here. And then you have all the storage space with a tray that goes right here. And you can just simply put it right there. You don't want it, just grab it, store it right here. Just like that. Okay, so let me show you the walk away auto lock. Turn that off. Let me take the key. So once I turn off the car, close the doors, 1 beep, walk a few more steps, 2 beeps. So the car's locked. But yeah, any thoughts, questions? Like I said, I have an Instagram if you guys want to follow that. If you guys can subscribe, I would really appreciate that. And also questions,